Pretty good time. Where'd you move from?
Home.
Okay, so that's not terribly far away. Hello, how are you?
Hayden, right?
Yes, how are you doing?
Good, I'm Lisa.
Mask or no mask, it doesn't...
Oh, well, I'll
Okay.
take it off
Right.
in here if they do want you to wear it when you walk around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I only asked just to be, courteous.
Yeah, no, listen, I think it's all bullshit, but that's just me.
Yep. Well, I've already had it too, so I
Oh, you have?
I kind of feel invincible. I'm not sure.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
When did
so-
you have it?
Over Christmas break. I found out like 2 or 3 days before Christmas and drove all the way home. Back
Did you
here
get
to
real
Nashville.
sick or not so sick?
Sick enough. I don't get sick that often, but not being able to taste or smell was so weird.
Oh, yeah.
So weird.
I know a lot of people who've had it because I'm from Miami.
Okay.
And so in Miami, everybody's had it already.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Because they don't give a shit. They're like, whatever,
Even I took a trip down to Florida just because, I know it's open. So,
Yeah. It's not that they don't give a shit. It's just that I think it's a different mentality. Obviously nobody wants to get sick.
Yeah.
But it's the Cubans. I'm Cuban.
Okay.
And, it's like, listen, you have to live your life. It's like a calculated risk.
Yeah.
Calculated risk.
My body, my choice. That kind of thing.
Exactly.
That makes sense. How long ago did you move here from Florida?
I live in Asheville. But
North
I have
Carolina?
a place here. Yeah.
Nice. I'm from Johnson City, so
No way.
I'm not too far away at all.
Oh my
Or
God.
was, yeah.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I moved from Miami to Asheville 3 years ago.
It's a huge change.
Yeah, I grew up in Miami, so I was just so over it. Listen, I love Asheville, but I come here a lot because I crave people. And Asheville's a little bit more, it's not that there aren't people, but it's, the population's smaller, there's not a lot to do, especially now.
I can only imagine how closed down Asheville is.
Cooper is killing us.
Okay.
So many restaurants are not coming back, which was the beautiful thing about Ash, it's...
I'm sure Tupelo Honey will stay up.
Tupelo's a chain, so...
Yeah.
But, a lot of our little mom and pop, really great restaurants, there was this restaurant that I love called En La Calle.
Okay.
It was the coolest spot. It was almost like a coffee shop, but for drinks and real food.
Yeah, a speakeasy or type place.
It was just like this really cozy spot where everybody knew each other. Closed.
For good? Have they already called it?
For good. There was a dance place. This place was the coolest thing. Dance hall that this lady, I knew the couple who had opened it. And it was just to go, and you could drink, but it was really a place to dance, which you don't have a lot of places like that anymore.
No, you don't. Unless it's a club for the 20-year-olds.
For really young people. And she would do a different theme every day. So you would go maybe on Tuesdays, it was salsa night. On Wednesdays, it was line dancing. It was so fun. Closed. For good. It's really sad.
It is sad.
Really sad.
And I don't see an end in sight this year. For some reason, it's just no, we're still going to keep it closed, although everybody's getting vaccinated. And Tennessee's the hot spot right now for COVID. But
is it? Because I looked at the numbers. It's the same as North Carolina. I guess then North Carolina's...
Really?
Well,
Okay.
population, percentage-wise.
Yeah.
Our population's smaller, but the same percentage of people have COVID as they do here. But the population here is bigger. Yeah. Yeah. I looked because I was curious. I'm like, I wonder what's going on in Nash,
Yeah, sure, because you go on Broadway on a Friday night, people are out.
Yeah.
But you go downtown Asheville.
Last night we were at, I took my daughter to Sambuca, and it was...
I keep hearing about that.
It was packed. But it was so much fun. I mean, people at their tables, I didn't feel not safe. I'm like, whatever,
If you're going to get it, you're kind of going to get it. One tiny part, Mike was here last week. He also got COVID. And he said, one little particle, he works at a testing center. And he's still testing positive a month later. So,
Really?
Yeah. He says he doesn't have it. He already went in quarantine.
I heard, wasn't it Elon Musk that had 4 tests and 2 of them were positive and 2 of them were negative? It was
A little
do I
inconsistent
have
there.
it? Do I have it or don't I have it? I was like, wild.
Yeah.
It's wild. So this is so cool. Thank you for doing this. You do this every Sunday?
As of now, yeah. Last week was the first week, and we had the 11 people scheduled, but I forgot the UT game or Tennessee Titans were playing downtown, so that scared a lot of people off because it was pretty bad. But yeah.
How long have you been here in Nashville?
In Nashville, I moved here once in 2018 for a year, and then this will be my second year kind of moving back. I just lived here for a year, and now I'm transitioning.
What brought you?
Opportunity.
Yeah.
I was working for an event company that not many events are going on, so as soon as I moved here, got a promotion, it kind of slowed down, and now I'm just chilling, just waiting for something else to come. Yeah.
I mean, Nashville looks sort of like it's pretty open, but obviously no concerts and stuff like that.
Yeah, and that's really what's shooting them in the foot. What did you? How long ago did you say you moved here, or kind of?
Well, I bought a place here. I have like an apartment that I Airbnb here.
Smart.
Yeah, and so I come right here, like in the Gulch area.
Nice.
Like, well, but on the other side of the highway, Illume, this little white building that they like a new building. You know where like Gulch South is, those houses? Mm-hmm. Well, across the street of those houses, they built a building there.
Okay.
And I bought one there.
So how often do you come to Nashville?
Well, I bought it 2 months ago. I've been here 3 times already.
That shows how many markets in Asheville you're like, I've seen enough. I'm going here.
No, it's fun. You know, I'm like bored as shit in Ash. I'm like, there's nothing to do. I've gone hiking every freaking waterfall that exists, you know, in the whole town.
Driven Blue Ridge Parkway, it's done. You've done it.
Yeah, so I feel like there's just more life here. My daughter's on virtual.
Okay.
If she ever going back to school, who the fuck knows? So
what grade is she in?
She's 7.
Okay. How has that been for you? I don't know if you're still working or not. Just having her at home all the time, and
you know, it's like this is my full-time job is calling the school board and the governor, and I like
open up.
I like vent because they're killing these kids. I mean, my kid is, you know, I feel like my kid has grown up in a home where she's got a parent who's with her and watching every change in her and really on top of it, and so she's okay, but she's like, she used to be like a straight A student in school. She loved going to school. She's super social, and I have seen her like over the last year just like, you know, decline. She got her first D ever. No motivation. You know, there's no motivation to be looking at a
Hello, good morning.
Are you part of the meetup group?
Sure am.
Oh, awesome.
Hello.
Hi. Come on in.
I'm Sam. Nice to meet you guys.
Pleasure to meet you.
Do you want me to put my mask on? Because I sure can.
It's up to you.
Sure, I'll have it on. So if you guys don't mind, I'll keep mine on. I guess I don't know if we're supposed to have them on in here. No idea.
Well, when you walk around.
Oh, okay, got it.
Walk around, but I have no problem putting it on.
How's your morning been?
Sorry to interrupt.
He's already had it.
No, you're good. Yeah, I've already had it.
He doesn't need to have
kind of immune.
He's got antibodies.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. And how did you figure that out? From?
My mom tested positive.
Okay.
And then once I realized I had an array of candles in front of me and couldn't smell them, pretty good sign. Really good sign. Because it was my favorite candle too, so that's really interesting.
Yeah.
We were talking about schools. Do you have kids?
I don't actually, no.
Well, my daughter's in 7th grade, and I was telling him that over the last year, it was crazy because I've seen her go from, she used to be a straight A student, to getting her first D, to kind of being just changing, you know?
I can imagine this must be so difficult for kids.
Yeah, and
online learning, I'm not a fan of it. It's very difficult.
For a 7th grader, it's the worst thing ever.
Yeah. For adults, maybe a little bit easier, but yeah, for kids.
For a 7th grader, it was just, you know.
Yeah. Oh,
but I was telling him that, I mean, my kid is going to be okay. She lives in a house where, you know, I'm noticing what's going on. I'm trying to counteract it. You know, I have her in little play groups. I have things going on for her.
Awesome. That's great.
I can't imagine kids whose parents are out of the house at work.
Yeah.
And these kids are just left on their own to try to,
people are,
you know, to try to get through this. They're going to lose a whole generation of kids if they don't do something quick.
I think a lot of kids are already falling behind all across the U.S. I think the rest of the world even. Yeah,
It's terrible.
It's just such a terrible and weird time, isn't it?
And I feel like the schools, I just had this, because we had like a town hall meeting at the school, and every single parent said the same thing, and the school still decided not to open.
Wow.
And I feel like, what incentive do they have to open? The teachers are getting paid, and they get to stay home, and they get to go on vacation and teach from wherever the hell they're at, and they're still making the same amount of money. It's like there's no incentive for these schools to ever want to open. So it's, I don't know. It's crazy.
And also school lunches, I'm curious how that's.
No, they're not doing it. They're not doing it. Yeah, because like my daughter's school opened for like 2 weeks for halftime, 2 days a week, and you had to take your own lunch. And then now they went back to 100% virtual. So
gosh, I'm from New York, and they're experiencing the same problems there. They opened the schools for a couple of months in September, and they closed them again in October. I mean,
you live here now?
I live here now, yes ma'am, yeah. But I'm from New York, so I follow a lot of news and stuff going on because I have family up there still.
Yeah. You all are on the opposite ends. Like, she's from Miami, you're from New York.
Okay.
I'm Tennessee, so I'm right in the middle, too. So,
Yeah.
Hello, good morning.
Hey.
Hi, morning.
Yeah.
Join us.
It sure is. Welcome.
How are you today?
Good.
Doing good. How are you?
Good,
I
thanks.
like your mask.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
It was in my car. I think I need to wash it.
I know, right?
I've been there.
I think this mask is going to give me something. It was on the floor underneath my seat.
Found it, and they did have a cart for a while with like just masks and hand sanitizer here. Yeah.
Gosh, I haven't been here in a long time, actually.
This is my first time, and I'm sorry I'm late. I thought that it was somewhere else.
So what is this? Is it a real farm, like little shops?
I believe it's a farmer's market. They have vegetables somewhere up there.
If you walk out that way, it's the outside pavilion of all the farmers.
And they open. Oh, good.
Mm-hmm.
I just got here a couple of days ago, so I need to do some shopping. So
You just moved here from Florida?
No, I have a place here.
Okay,
so I
cool,
just come, but I live in Asheville now.
Yeah. Asheville, 4 hours away from here, right?
Yeah, but I drive up here a lot.
Wow. I've never been to Asheville. I hear it's very hippie and very cool.
Asheville, North Carolina?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Never been
I love
there.
that city. I went once.
Yeah,
It's beautiful.
I don't know if it's going to be the same.
I stayed
I was telling him.
I stayed in a cabin in the woods, and
Oh, awesome. I want to do that.
Yeah.
they had a hot tub. Like, it was like the kind that you imagine. It was for a friend's 30th
Nice.
birthday a couple of years ago.
I live up in the mountains, I live like North Asheville, so it's
We went for the breweries.
They get the Thirsty Monk there, I think.
yeah, Wicked Weed. That's
Weed,
kind of
yeah.
known for.
Sierra Nevada, I think, there as well.
Yeah, I don't drink beer, so I totally live in the wrong place. But
But it's a beautiful city. So
Yeah,
it's definitely not the wrong
Great
place.
city. Yeah.
So where are you from?
I'm Danny. I'm from Mississippi.
Nice, good
I've
deal.
been here for a year and like 4 months. I moved here. I went to Huntsville, Alabama, Mobile, Alabama, Pensacola, Florida, and now I'm here for good because I love Tennessee and I've always wanted to live here. And on a whim, I was just like, okay, I'm done.
like you used
I'm
to come
done
on
not
vacation
living in
and
Tennessee.
then.
No, I saw
No?
a picture when I was like 10, and I was like, man, like I just want to live in the mountains but close to a city. And to me, this was.
That was like great marketing.
Yeah. Very
I
much.
know, like it really, it really hit the heart.
Maybe not.
Maybe.
She was looking, so I thought maybe.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch your names. I apologize.
I don't think it was there. Hey, dude.
Yeah. Good morning.
I think, should we get
Good morning.
2 tables? Am I in the right place?
Yeah. If they'll let us put them together, we can. Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
We can try.
You don't have more than 8, will you?
Yeah, we should be all right. They did have porch tables last week, or benches.
Hi, I'm Leah.
Hey, pleasure to meet you.
I'm Lisa. Hi, Lisa. Nice to meet you. Here, well, officially, nice to meet you.
I'm Tam. Nice to meet you. Tam.
Tam?
Nice to meet you.
Like, see what everybody looks like, right?
I'm Danny.
Hi, Danny.
Nice to meet you. And everyone else.
Yeah, welcome. Thank you.
So where are you from? We're talking about where everybody's.
Well, I just moved here. I've been here for now 5 weeks, so it's
Oh, nice.
really new. But
From where?
I moved here from Phoenix.
Oh wow!
But
You're
I-
from all over the.
But I have lived,
Sincerely, yeah.
but I have literally lived all over the country.
Oh,
So,
okay.
like, born and raised in Michigan. I've lived in California, all different parts of 3 different areas of California.
Oceanside? Oceanside?
LA, Redondo
Okay.
Beach, Manhattan Beach, further up north, Bay Area.
Okay, good deal.
And then lived in London, lived in Kansas City.
Cool.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
What's been your favorite so far?
Different places for different reasons at different points in my life, you know? I mean, it was really great living abroad. You know, it was a great experience. I was able to travel all over the place, but I had 4 kids, and, you know, for them to grow up and learn the cultures in different places, some of them were a little too young, some of them remember it. But, you know, Kansas City was great, like from, you know, salt of the earth, families, and that kind of thing. Loved California when I was younger. You know, just different things for different, you know.
Are your kids on virtual now? Are your kids on virtual school? Or do you still have kids, small kids?
Oh, no.
No?
Oh, no.
okay.
Oh, no, my kids are really old.
Okay. No, listen, my kids should be really
Wait,
old.
let me
I started really late.
Hi.
Still can't tell. So,
Exactly.
No,
Yeah, still
I'm
can't
really-
tell.
so you moved all these different places. Did you pick up the accent every time you moved? Like every year, you're just like switching accents in and out?
I don't even think I have an accent. I don't think I've ever had an accent. But my kids picked up the accents when we lived abroad.
Okay.
So it's like British accent.
Oh yeah, they did because I didn't put them in
That's
the.
cool.
I didn't put them in the American.
I've always wanted to be British.
We love the for my older daughter.
Yes.
We have a video of her, and it's so funny because it was her birthday party, and she gets up on a chair, and she goes, "Thank you, mommy and daddy, for the wonderful party."
She's been watching the Queen's Gambit.
Oh, that's funny.
And then my daughter will be like, Mumsy.
So where are you all from?
Mississippi.
Mississippi.
Tennessee.
Are you
All
born and
over it.
raised here?
Easton, Knoxville, Johnson City, Kingsport. Now living here. Tennessee is my best answer. Pigeon Forge,
Is
Sevierville.
this more of a
all
city?
over.
Is this more of
You're
a, like
like,
a
I'm a
city for
mutt.
you than
Yeah.
some of the other places in Tennessee that you've lived?
This is the city in Tennessee.
Is Memphis not as big as Nashville?
No.
I haven't been there yet.
I've been to Memphis. I've done a lot of business here, which has brought me out here. But
Yeah.
yeah, Memphis is a city too.
Yeah, without
But
a doubt.
Nashville is
It's
bigger.
never been
Yeah.
my favorite city.
It's not as clean.
I heard that. I heard it's not as clean. I heard there's a lot of crime.
They've
I was
got-
on one of my friends lives over there, and I was headed to see her, and I went under some bridge, and she's like, "Whatever you do, don't go under the bridge." And I'm like,
What?
What do you mean? That's where I am.
I'm deciding the U-turn. She's like, "Get out of there quick."
I mean, they got barbecue in a pyramid.
Well, they actually have some of the best barbecue.
It
I
is
have seen.
good.
They doesn't hold a candle to Kansas City, but
All right,
you know.
Asheville,
Yeah. You
Memphis,
gotta pick
these are all
one.
places that I have to go out when we get past the pandemic stuff. Yeah, I'm from New York City.
And New York,
Yeah,
what
my parents came from India, but I was born and raised in New York, so
brought you here?
work.
Work.
Yeah.
So what do y'all do
Yeah.
for work?
I own property. So I guess I don't work.
What do you mean?
But that's
You manage
you're a
it.
property
Yeah.
manager.
No, that's not true because I work really hard, but I don't punch in and out.
Yeah.
I own property.
Self-employed.
I work in IT. Yeah.
Nice. Nothing so far since the pandemic. I was in events, but there's no events going on, so.
I work in
That's-
HR at Cisco, the food company.
Oh, nice.
Big company, not
Nice.
going anywhere.
Yeah, we actually put a lot of food in here. I've never been inside this building, but I met a sales consultant on my third day of work to ride around them and see what they do every day. And so I came to the parking lot here, but I thought it was a lot further because I'd only been here for a week whenever I came in.
So how long
sense,
have you
yeah.
been here?
I've been here a year and 4 months.
And what brought you here? For Francisco?
Tennessee.
Tennessee? Getting out of Mississippi?
Well, I went from Mississippi to Alabama to Florida.
What part of Alabama?
I was in Huntsville, the top, and then I went to Mobile, the bottom, which was an amazing city. I remember I cried my first week there. I was like, what was I thinking? Why did I leave Huntsville? But then it's actually my
work?
favorite city.
You were moving for
it's
work?
amazing. I've always just kind of chased the opportunity.
Oh, okay.
I'm not a person that's afraid to go places new. I
Yeah,
like
me
music.
either, me either,
It's one of
me
my
either.
favorite things. So sometimes I just get a little antsy. And I'm like, okay, if I make it in a city longer than 2 years, I'm really proud of myself. So I've done it. When I moved in, I just changed an apartment complex, and I was like, what's the absolute longest lease you can give me, because I need that. Don't give me
9
the
years, I guess I'll do it.
So I have friends that live in Florence.
Florence, I've driven through there. I went to school at Mississippi State, and so I used to have to go through Huntsville. From Huntsville, I went through Florence.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Huntsville's an amazing city. It's grown a lot since. So if you get a chance, Huntsville's amazing.
Oh my God, I've got so many places that I have to go
I love
now.
Huntsville. It's like 2 hours. I will take a road trip with you. I don't know you, but I'll take you out and show you around.
Let's do that. Let's plan it.
It's an amazing
after this.
city.
Yeah. I'm planning on getting the vaccine whenever it's available, so I'll be ready. As soon as I get the vaccine, I'll text you, hey, I'm ready. What are we up to?
Now, what part of Florida have you been to?
I lived in the Panhandle. I lived in Pensacola, which was literally like an hour away from Mobile.
Yeah.
So the thing is that it was long enough. It was too short of a distance for me to get a going away party when I left Mobile. And my friends were like, "Oh, hey, we're gonna come over." They were like, "Oh, we're in town. Why don't you come over?" So it was a weird spot, but I played like 14 seasons of kickball. Like I love kickball.
Awesome.
Oh, fun.
I know it's a weird hobby.
They got it here
I
too.
love kickball.
But when I did it, like I just met a ton of people, and I think that's why Mobile it's actually where Mardi Gras started.
Really? I didn't know that.
I thought it started in New Orleans.
That's what they
Orleans
hold
has
on to, yeah.
Yeah, New Orleans.
It's true. It's what they hold on to. Yeah.
Oh my God. It was us. It was us.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just have the biggest celebration.
Oh.
But Mobile is actually where it started, and so they actually have something called Joe Cane Day, which is like the Sunday. I guess it's like the founder, but they shut down the whole city like the day before, the Sunday before Mardi Gras, and just.
Now, do they have the parade and everything there too?
Oh, yeah, they have tons of it. But I mean, every city, or pretty much every city I've lived in has probably had Mardi Gras parades, but I've always lived in the southeast. So
Okay.
Well, when I lived in Huntsville, I couldn't find a king cake, and I was a little bit sad. I was like, "What? This isn't a thing." So I tried to make it. So I thought you just make cinnamon rolls and put sprinkles on them.
Is there where you put the baby inside the cake?
Yeah.
Making sure.
You get good luck.
Yeah.
But the good luck is that you have to get the cake next year. That's the good luck.
You have to get the what?
So if you get the baby out of the cake, you have to get the
All right,
cake.
I don't know this story. What do you mean the baby?
Yeah. What is
Yeah. You put a baby in a cake, guys. Come on.
No, not a real baby.
I learned because
You bake a cake around a child.
Yeah, no, my friend was from New Orleans, and when her son got married, they had to have the king cake there. And I'm like, what the heck's the king cake? That's how I learned about it.
Yeah, I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Baby?
Yeah.
But yeah, there's just like little tiny babies that they'll hide inside the cake.
Oh,
right?
okay.
Yeah,
And then you cut out the slices, and if you get the baby, it's
You get a prize? You get something?
The prize is you have to
you're
get the cake
pregnant.
the next year.
And if you're a boy, it's like, wow, how's that possible?
Mardi Gras.
Cake, 'cause I
Voodoo
want
and Mardi
cake
Gras.
right now.
Yeah.
I'm definitely staying away from the cake. No cake for me.
No. Lactose tolerant,
Just
whatever I need to
really
say.
good.
Gluten free.
I'll just take a little slice, like the icing. That's it.
Now, for living in Tennessee your whole life, you have no accent.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
either hear I have the biggest accent or no accent.
You have no. You don't
I
have.
don't-
You
I
don't
don't
have
hear
the
it.
draw. You don't. She definitely
Yeah.
sounds from the South. You definitely
I
sound from the
sound
South.
from the South.
Oh, you do.
I never get that ever.
Oh no, you
I hear it
do.
slightly, but I definitely don't hear an accent at all.
I've always been told, like, are you from
Thank
the Midwest?
you.
Oh no, it's not the
If
Midwest.
you get me in
I want to
with,
hear the accent. I'm here. I'm like, I want to hear it. But yeah.
if you get me around the good,
What was
the
your name again?
right
Danny.
group
Danny.
of people,
Yeah, it
it'll
comes
come
out.
out.
That's like
Me
me
too.
and Danny.
If I'm around a bunch of Cubans,
Yeah.
you can really hear my accent.
Because we heard your British accent. I'm sure you can do a Cuban one very
I
easily.
do that one
Yeah.
very well. I do them very well.
Maybe enough alcohol, it'll come out or something.
Now,
Yeah,
where
when I
are
start
you from?
worrying about my speech.
I'm from Miami.
I have friends who are like that here,
Miami,
like
and I
some
moved to
coworkers and stuff. They don't have a southern accent, but we
Okay.
went to happy
Just
hour
trying
and I
to-
started hearing things. And I was
12
like,
I started really late.
they started loosening up a little bit.
That's not who I show up
Are we the
with.
same age?
Yes, I should not
So
have
how
a
does
12-year-old.
New York compared to here?
Because I have
Now,
30
were you in the
year-olds.
city or were you just
You started very
okay.
young.
Yeah.
I was
So in
10.
what way? Like,
I had my daughter at 45.
specifically.
Obviously,
This conversation can go on
And I
for
have
6
an
hours.
18.
So.
you were
That's
completely
not
right.
great.
What's up, Mike?
College now.
Hi.
Hello.
Do introductions.
Come on in, join us.
Join us.
They actually have breakfast this time, right?
Are they open?
Yep.
Oh, these guys are.
Yep.
Well, maybe I'll get like some. I don't drink coffee, but maybe I'll get some like chocolate or
I
something.
think they have tea and like hot chocolate and stuff. So.
Mine's hot chocolate and coffee mixed together. I thought
Nice.
it'd be fun.
And a little belly?
No, I left that out.
Mine's going with bourbon and Bailey's. What are you talking about now?
I love your earrings. I love dangly
Oh.
earrings. They're very pretty.
Thank you, thank you.
It almost has like Moroccan or Arabic
yeah.
designs.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
Yeah.
So you lived a lot of places. Did you also live in New York City at some point?
No, I've been in New York tons of times though.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna see if like.
I mean, I have literally been in all but I think 4 states in the country.
Wow. Probably Alaska.
Alaska is one of them.
Okay,
right?
hold on. Let me guess the rest. Montana.
I've been there.
California, of course. You had mentioned California.
You went
I know,
to
it's like
Montana
extra
probably
hard.
just for vacation, assuming, or was there actual work?
Actually,
Yeah,
I
like
did a
maybe
road
2 more
trip
months.
with my kids, me and my 4 kids. We went and I hit 12 states in the summer.
Okay, this is gorgeous.
It is gorgeous,
Absolutely
but I've
gorgeous.
actually, stayed up there as well because I have a timeshare, and my kids ski, and so they all ski Big Sky. Yeah.
My mom had just done a timeshare in Colorado, so we just got back from Breckenridge. And,
Oh right,
Nice.
Breckenridge
Fun.
is nice. Yeah, my timeshare's in Colorado as well. I have another one there. Yeah.
All right, other ones you haven't visited. You said you live in Michigan, so that knocks out Ohio, Indiana.
Not that we like Ohio at
I know.
all. Come
I
on.
figured.
Because I am a Wolverine through and through.
Do you follow hockey at all?
Well, I did when I was younger. I was a big Red Sox fan.
Oh.
I mean, a Red Wings fan.
My stepbrother just graduated from Michigan. He was assistant captain on the hockey team.
Oh, yeah. No. Don't follow college hockey at all.
Maine. You haven't been to Maine.
Maine is another
Got
one.
it.
That's good.
Okay,
You
all
are
right,
good.
that's 2. Been in all those states. I'm gonna know you've been to Rhode Island, been to Massachussets,
South
Connecticut,
Dakota, North
sure.
Dakota.
In there.
Oh, just kidding.
And those are good ones. Those are really good ones. I'm gonna say Kansas. You never went through.
I lived there.
Dang it.
I told you I lived in Kansas City.
Missouri.
Yeah, there's Kansas City, Kansas, Kansas City, Missouri.
Right. Well, I mean, come on. It's so tip top. You're step
I'll
your foot
say
over the line.
Wisconsin, but I think you have.
Wisconsin, I have.
Arkansas?
Arkansas, I have not.
Florida?
Okay.
But I
all right.
did. I did stay there overnight on my way here when I drove here. But when
Well,
I
you
first
been there.
Huh?
You been there.
Well, yeah, but I don't really count that because I literally drove up, went in a hotel, and drove out. I stayed overnight in Little Rock when I drove
There's
here.
not much in Arkansas. No
I was going to
offense.
say, I think that was pretty good.
There's not much in Mississippi either.
That's a pretty
I
substantial.
went to the state fair in Jackson.
I did too when I was a kid.
Whole lot of I went to the Texas one and the Mississippi one back-to-back weeks. I was just traveling that week, and Texas was like $30 to get into. Mississippi was like, "Will you come in, please?"
I want to go to Mississippi. I've never been there.
You can drive through it on the way to New Orleans to get that king cake of the baby.
Okay, all right.
And then just like pick out all the babies and then eat the cake.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
Mississippi is one of the states.
Really?
Yes, Mississippi
Okay.
I have not been to.
Because I figured he had gone to New Orleans, and I was like, it's right there. Actually, Natchez, Mississippi is where I'm from, so every time I see the word Natchez, I get really excited. But
Oh, cool.
it's like 2 hours from New Orleans.
Yeah, I have friends now, that I work with, and now that I'm here, they all want to take me to an Ole Miss game.
No, I'd go to Mississippi State game.
Mike, do you want to tell them where all you've lived? Do you want to tell them where all you've lived?
And I didn't catch your name. I'm Leia. Mike. Nice to meet you. Leia.
Tam.
I won't.
Well, if everybody keeps asking multiple times, then I'll start to remember.
Yeah.
I got Danny now, Tam, Mike.
I got called Nathan yesterday.
Nate?
No. Hayden. Yeah.
Hayden. Oh, I wouldn't have
That's a
remembered.
cool name,
Okay, I
actually.
like Hayden
Thank
too.
It's a
I
cool
mean, I forgot your name already too.
Lisa.
Lisa.
I'm gonna move like 6 feet away so that I can take this off because it's driving me crazy.
If y'all remember Hayden Fox from the show Coach,
Oh yeah.
that was where I
love
got
that
my name.
show.
Yeah. Old school reference. Yeah.
Not so old school for me, but
Yeah. In the 90s, you know. Hold on. I got questions.
You do.
What movie would you like to see be made into a musical?
That already hasn't been a musical?
Yep.
Oh man, I love musicals too.
wow, that's a good.
And
That's a
Miss
good
Broadway.
one.
Miss Broadway. I used to go to New York a lot. Miss Broadway.
It's empty, and those people are out of work now. Oh, it's terrible.
That is
I have
terrible.
friends who were Broadway stars and stuff, and they've got no work.
I think like all the music
They're
artists here,
waitressing
too,
if they
yeah.
can, if there's any restaurants that are open, and some people are just moving out of New York because hey, I've got no job, I can't afford my rent, so people are leaving.
Right.
It's really sad. Yeah.
You can't get together to go
Entertainment,
see them.
hospitality, all of it is just.
Like even when I watched the Thanksgiving Day parades and they did a couple of those things, it's like it was already filmed beforehand when nobody's around. So
How about New Year's Eve, Times Square?
Yeah.
Ghost
Oh my
town.
God,
That
this
to
guy
me was
was
like,
dancing
what in
by
the world?
himself.
I have never
That
seen
was
this in my
weird.
life.
That was
very
very
weird. Twilight Zone. Yeah.
Wild. That was wild.
Now, how long ago did you move from New York?
I was born and raised there, so
Like,
pretty
how long
much.
have you been here?
Oh, here,
You don't go back right
2.5
now,
years, I
right?
guess.
Okay.
Yeah,
Long time.
yeah.
Not either.
But I lived in North Carolina prior to coming here, so I've been in the South a number of
What
years
part
now.
of North Carolina?
Charlotte.
Oh, okay.
I worked,
Yeah,
I
a
worked
couple
there.
hours.
Yeah. I never made it to Asheville though.
What?
Good.
I know.
Awfully close.
I know. 4 hours
Lisa.
away.
My God.
Yeah.
The only time I've been to
So,
Charlotte is
you
I'm on my
go
way back
into
to
the
Nashville.
building,
Well, a bigger
Meaning
trip. But
kind of like
Yeah.
where
I mean, you
everyone
kind of pass right through it to
shoots
come to
outside.
Nashville. Yeah.
See,
Yeah.
I always figured Charlotte would become a bigger
just
city
like
in a way.
Open area.
It's definitely growing.
it's
I
about
don't
the
know
same
in
size
terms.
as Nashville.
I think so. Yeah.
Okay, all
Similar
right.
growth.
Yeah.
Oh my God,
So
I
here
got
there's
a
no
movie.
nightlife.
I got a
There isn't.
movie.
You do just
What?
watch
Something
you
about
get
Mary.
some tables and chairs.
Oh, be a lot of things to sing about in that one.
That would be so good, right?
It's at least a PG-13. Yeah.
That would be so good. The dog scene.
Wait, what? I missed it. What was the movie?
Something about Mary as
Oh.
a musical.
Okay, that would be interesting.
Oh, that's like my favorite movie
Wait.
ever. I can still watch that and crack up, like cry.
I'm surprised that Titanic hasn't been made into one.
It's hard.
that's a
It'd
good
be a
point.
huge set.
In normal
Yeah.
set.
Yeah.
In Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, they have a replica, so just go there. You know, just go there and.
Do they really do that
Recreate
thing
it.
on the line, like where they tell you if you're a passenger that dies or lives?
I
Someone
don't
told me
know.
about this.
That doesn't. It seems like something they would do.
I'm sorry, they have a full replica of the Titanic there.
Or at least like a half replica or something. But you can go in. Yeah.
I'm such a fan of that movie. Oh man, I gotta go.
You are 3.5 hours away.
Oh my goodness, I'm such a
Yeah.
fan of. I can still watch that movie. And I was a kid when I.
Yep,
Hi.
sure is. Hello.
Hi.
Hi, good morning.
Nice to meet you.
Hi.
Hayden.
Thank you, Richard.
Welcome.
Join us.
Good talking here.
Should we take a third
Yep.
table
So we can spread out.
Besides, some people want masks, some people don't.
Just grab these chairs following it. Yeah, I think that makes it easier to spread out a little.
Yeah, they had park benches last week. They just took them all out.
Yeah.
In here? That's
Uh-huh.
interesting.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, these kind of look brand new. These are brand new.
Yeah.
Actually, they're pretty comfortable. They don't look comfortable. They're
Yeah,
actually
they
pretty
really
comfortable.
don't, but they actually are.
You know, I
I think the
was trying
benches
to
have
tell.
always been here, I guess. Yeah. That was in the newsletter. I checked the newsletter.
I was trying to think like.
So now, Mike, where are you from?
I spent the last 20 so years in Espress.
Are you new here?
I'm a week short of a year.
Oh, okay. Wow, you're coming up on a 1-year anniversary.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to do a reset and just say it all starts over now. 2020 doesn't count. Didn't happen.
What brought you here?
Boredom.
Oh, God, that's what brought me here.
Yeah.
Seriously.
the need for a change.
Yeah.
And I wanted to do kind of an urban lifestyle. I lived in Manhattan for 3 years. And not that this is the same, but it's as close as I've ever gotten, again,
Yeah.
to living in an urban.
Yeah. I drive here all the time because I'm so damn bored in Asheville.
But
And
that-
I live in Asheville,
Yeah.
but I drive here all the time.
So you don't live here?
I don't. I have a place here, but I don't.
Oh, got you. Okay.
I guess that gets real confusing when you're like, I'm in Asheville, but I live in Asheville.
Yeah.
My friends are like, because on Instagram, they're like, where the hell are you now? It's only 4 hours, guys.
Is it really only 4 hours drive?
That surprises me. If
That
I would've
surprised me
known that.
too.
Yeah. Well, like I drove here yesterday, 4 hours and like 20 minutes.
A little more than.
It's about 8 hours here directly to Charlotte, I believe. So yeah, Asheville is sort of midpoint. So yeah, that makes sense. 8.5,
And it's
9
a
hours.
beautiful drive. I mean,
I've been through it.
Is that
Yeah.
you driving through Johnson City and up the mountain, or is that?
I
guess
40
not.
I 40 West.
You make it like around Knoxville. You go down some?
I passed through Knoxville,
Okay.
but there's like this one when it was like the changing of the colors.
Yeah.
It was insane.
Oh, probably gorgeous.
It was insane. I was just like, I could keep driving.
It's like she's driving through a picture.
It was
Yeah.
it was the most beautiful, and I live in Asheville, which has beautiful scenery, but that drive, man, I drove like through the inside of like a big canyon. It was just amazing.
It's like if you took a picture, Bob Ross could sue you for like taking a picture of his paintings. It just doesn't work. You can't do that.
Hi, where are you from?
I'm local.
You're local?
Yes.
We're a mixed match of mutts.
Yeah,
From all
yeah.
over.
Yeah, nuts. That's a good way to put us.
I've been here since '73, so I've been here.
Oh,
Finally,
that's a native.
got somebody stable.
Yeah,
You're the one
We got one.
Yeah.
He's the one to tell us about like favorite places.
And where to go.
Yeah.
No, I'm not one of these trendy people. I'll find you a hole in the wall, and that's about it. So,
Santa's Pub. We're all just going to Santa's Pub.
that's it. Yeah.
Is that the hole in the wall, Santa?
No.
Where's Santa's
Yeah.
Pub?
Yeah.
Yes, I didn't even know about that.
I didn't either. Wait a second, I didn't either.
Melrose area.
area.
Yes. Yeah. And Craighead Street.
Wait, I live over there. Where is it? Santa's
Near,
Pub.
it's near Hattie B's and all that.
Okay.
But it's a trailer that you can smoke inside. I'm pretty sure it has karaoke. It's the guy behind the bar looks like Santa.
No way!
He's not dressed like Santa, but he looks like Santa.
And it's open now?
I don't know if it's. I mean, I'm sure they would be the kind of.
That's probably why I don't know,
area.
because I think I've hit every pub up and down 8th and 12th.
I have no idea. Yeah, I
Less
don't hang
of
out
a
in smoking
pub.
bars usually.
I know,
They
no,
call
I-
it a pub, but it's worth going for sure.
Okay.
Sure.
I live in
Character.
12
Smoking
South.
bars.
I'd
Oh,
go
no,
to
There was
that.
one I used to go
Santa's
to in
Pub.
Franklin.
$2
I was there,
PBR
it's
type
like-
place,
Oh,
you know, that kind
nice,
of thing.
nice.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I can't. I can't.
It's a different set of characters.
Aw, that sounded fun.
No,
Yeah,
there's
that's
no
like the
reason
most
we need
local
to-
thing you can
Yeah,
do as an Asheville, I guess.
short spurt.
Really?
Yeah.
Santa's Pub.
Santa's
Your
Pub.
name again is?
And it's funny, I can walk there
Nice.
and then stumble home. With $2 PPRs.
Darn right you could.
In Miami. Won't catch me up to your karaoke though at all. Never. Years ago.
Okay.
I say we go there next meetup or
Yeah.
another meetup, perhaps.
It's not a bad decision at all.
Have like Airbnbs.
My
I
thing,
don't know
I
if
just
they're
can't
open.
smoke.
I don't know if they're open.
A lot of places are
Here, I
open
go to
though.
my
I think I saw
mean-
cars there. I passed it.
Okay.
college there.
I go to a lot of dog parks for fun. Just because
Okay.
there's not a lot
Wherever
of
the
kids
wind
there
blows.
right now.
Do you have a dog?
I have 2 dogs.
Making sure, yeah.
I'm not a creeper.
Yeah.
I mean,
She goes there dog shopping like,
Didn't at
I'm
first.
thinking about getting a dog. So what kind of dog do you have?
Somewhere.
Right.
But yeah, so I went to the fairgrounds dog park. And that's how I
Airbnbs a
know.
little
I
bit.
passed it.
Yeah.
A little bit, but I think
Like I got off on the
where my
exit.
Airbnbs are, I
It
have
was
some in Miami.
between there and
Everybody
Fairgrounds.
right now, everything I have in
Okay.
Miami is
That's
full.
about how I get places.
Okay, that makes
Like,
sense.
let's go check out this dog park. That's what we do.
Trying to
on
go
weekends.
wherever it's open.
Yeah.
Right.
They're really
What kind of
this
dog
one
do you
here
have?
is- I have 2 doodles.
Like-
One's a shepherd doodle.
But I didn't
One's a
buy it
golden
that long
doodle.
ago, so I
Okay.
have nothing to
One's
compare it
51
to.
pounds,
Right.
and the other one's 86, and they're both lap dogs.
So there, yeah. So my 2 of my sons just got dogs.
You know, like big
One got a
cities,
Labradoodle
to
and it's
the
black,
Right.
So-
Yeah.
and my other one just got a Sheepadoodle.
What about you?
And the Sheepadoodle is only 10
Oh,
weeks
yeah,
old
you're
and already 18
Yeah.
pounds.
Had a very
And
good
it's
year
going to
last
be
year,
100
which is kind of a
pounds.
double-edged
And he lives in
sword.
an apartment, and so he's like,
Take
yeah,
advantage
like, I got in a house. I realized I'm going to have to buy a house.
No,
I have to, there's no way that this dog can
testing,
live
so
here.
start to-
It's already outgrown the apartment.
I was in an apartment. That's
Doesn't
why I
take
go
long.
so much.
Wow.
to
Yeah.
dog parks.
But it's,
I don't agree with it, but my aunt breeds golden doodles, but they're awesome.
I haven't let it
They're
slow me
great.
down.
They're a
Great
sweet dog. They're sweet. They're very sweet. Now I have a little Yorkie.
I think it depends on people.
I had a
make
Yorkie at one
decisions
point.
based on what
Yeah,
they-
sure.
what they-
I had a Yorkie at one point as well.
So it's like-
100%.
Did they lap dog?
100%.
Never a problem.
Yeah,
I've had
I have
two,
friends
so,
that, you know,
this is one passed
have
2
gone
years ago.
completely,
This guy, he didn't do well on the
their
trip
house,
here
and, you know,
afterwards. He went into like stress from the move.
calculated risk.
He was
I
already
mean,
hospitalized the first
You
week I was
drive,
here.
right?
Yeah.
I think he probably would have been used to all the
You know,
moving.
I refuse.
Well, he didn't do all the moves. He's only 9. So, but yeah, my older
friend
one
of mine,
did.
she is so.
But yeah,
You're so
he's
pretty
better
without
now.
your mask.
Oh, thank you. I really hate this. I really hate this.
I think
detest
we're
these
okay.
things.
We're fine.
Yeah, I detest these things, but you know,
I know.
I'm really trying to protect myself because I want to be able to go to New York and see my parents and not infect them. So
Yeah.
I'm kind of doing it for them more than
Yeah.
myself.
Good, good.
but I hate these things.
What are they saying about New York and it being closed
He
down?
hangs out at the smoking bar, so
I hear that it's creepy on the streets in a way, just because it's so not what you're used to.
Yeah, it is creepy. There's about 900,000 small businesses that closed down because of the pandemic. Almost 1 million small businesses.
So 9,000 or 900?
900,000.
But I heard that New York was one of the cities that wasn't allowing people from Tennessee, Alabama, Mississippi in.
Yes, that's why I haven't been up there.
Oh.
Well, actually, I think if you go up there, you have to quarantine.
Tell them now.
Yeah. One of my coworkers like, oh, just go up there. You may just be able to pass through checkpoints at the airport. They won't see anything. Just keep your mask on. I'm like, I don't want to take that risk. I don't want to be stuck up there for 2 weeks. This is my home. I love my apartment. I don't want to be stuck up there.
You can't.
I'm sorry, from where?
So,
And then take that with me.
that's being working, so.
Okay.
That just shows you're being careful anyway, and they're like, all right.
Yeah, true. I'll look into that because I want to go up there and visit my parents at least. But
I was a
Tennessee's not going to care with us.
Right.
You're not going to need one to leave.
I left my
Open borders in Tennessee.
so I won't have any issues coming back either.
No.
It's not going to be Tennessee check.
Like compared to New York,
really
they're not letting
aggressive
people in.
They actually give you a little shot of vodka when you come in. Just kidding. It's
Well,
men's
I'll be okay with the hot. If they give me hot chicken, I'll be good. If they give me hot chicken on the way in, I'll be.
You like hot chicken?
Nashville has become such a trendy town that I can see it going.
I developed a love for it after coming in because I've been to Hattie B's a number of times, and I'm like, this is like the best thing in the world, man. I love this stuff.
And I've tried hot chicken everywhere else, and it's just not the same. Period.
It's Hattie B's.
Hattie B's.
I like Hattie B's the best too.
Yeah.
I've had it all over.
Yeah.
Oh really?
Oh, it's in other places as well.
I mean, I've had it all over.
Oh, okay.
Tennessee.
Oh, in Tennessee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just never feels the same or tastes the same wherever else I go.
Even in Memphis, it isn't. I thought
Yeah.
Memphis it would be good, and it wasn't.
No.
Princess good.
Yep.
I think there's some original.
Yeah.
Hattie B's just got better marketing.
Yeah. And well, Prince's only has like one location. Hattie B's has like 3. I think they 4. Yeah.
Hattie
So
B's
that's
got
what
stations outside
Yeah.
Tennessee. Yeah, we got 2, I think.
Really?
Yeah. Princess, I think, might have 2, including the original, and then they're at
Okay. Which Yeehaw
the
Brewing.
limited menu.
Yeehaw started in Johnson City, Tennessee. I applied and interviewed for the general manager position when I was way too young, but didn't get it. Yeah. Good brewery. If you're ever in Johnson City, you're probably going to drive through at some point. So, yeah. Although you don't like beer, forgot about that.
They've been trying to.
Great moonshine.
I love a good Moscow Mule though.
Oh, those are amazing.
I'm super weird. I don't drink beer. I don't drink wine. I don't drink coffee. I drink water, juice, and vodka.
So you buy the high-end
My
ginger
girl,
beer.
I'm a vodka girl. But I do like beer, but I
Juice with vodka.
Yeah,
no, I just do my vodka straight.
I'll do that too.
Haven't been introduced to moonshine yet?
I think when I was like 15, Mad Dog
No, it's
2020 or
become
something.
It's become a craft industry now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Old Smoky Moonshine up in East Tennessee.
It's kind of underwhelming. The alcohol content's like half of vodka.
Oh, yeah?
Most of what they primarily sell, and it's
What
more
does
of
it
a.
taste like though?
It's all flavored, so that's what they've done is they've flavored it all.
And it depends
so
on
you
what
make drinks
moonshine you
with it.
have.
Oh, I might like
Yeah,
it.
but what
I
they
like
have
stuff
is
that's
they have it
flavored.
mostly around.
Some of
the
it's
flavors.
actually
They have
pretty
cocktails.
Yeah?
I just got back from Gatlinburg right before Christmas and like went to Old Smoky and
Did you do the tasting? Yeah.
It'll get you going, but it's definitely half the alcohol content. It tastes
Yeah.
great though.
Oh.
The pickles that they soak in are great.
Where was that? In
Gatlinburg, Tennessee.
Gatlinburg, but where did you go do the tasting?
Gatlinburg.
They
They have one in Pigeon Forge, I think, and some Werewolves.
It's a store that's just for moonshine and have tastings. Think of a wine tasting, but these
Okay.
Yeah.
Except for a lot harder.
I've never had the flavored moonshine. I've had like straight
Some of it's
hard
pretty
They have
poured
like
moonshine
15
in it.
flavors.
And it's like burns when you wrap it.
Oh,
Yeah.
No, this is not
Like some
brewed.
really
I'm a
bad
lightweight,
whiskey.
guys.
This is
Yeah, this is not brewed on the radiator. It's
I'm super lightweight. I always say I'm a cheap date. Like one drink, I'm happy all night.
So you said you worked in IT.
I work in IT.
What exactly are you doing?
So this is very boring, but I work with developers. I know how to code, but I decided not to do that because looking at code all day is all boring to me. So I do the business analyst type of work. So I do all the documentation.
of what they've been doing?
Of all the coding, because the developers tend to be nerds and they can't talk. They don't know how to communicate with people. They've got very short attention spans.
How dare you?
Stereotypical.
I'm sorry, is anybody a developer here?
I know, I used to be a developer, so.
They really.
You're not
they
like
do
the
their-
rest.
They do their work and they're nerds. They don't really know how to interact. So that's where I kind of come in and help them kind of relay this information to the people who are not the nerds and give us the money for our project. So I'm kind of the liaison between the IT side and the business side.
So what's the nerdiest thing about you since you're not a nerd?
I watch a lot of documentaries.
Okay.
I read a lot.
Okay.
I read a lot of heavy duty books, like nonfiction stuff.
Like 25 pounders or
Something
heavy
like that,
duty?
yeah.
Okay.
Thomas Friedman.
Okay.
I've read a lot of his books. Yeah, maybe that. Maybe that, but that's pretty much it. I like to play chess, but
Okay.
yeah.
Pretty nerdy.
That's pretty nerdy. I think the Queen's Gambit kind of made me, I really love this. I'm gonna
That
start
really
watching.
brought a whole new trend to it.
I think a lot of people are learning how to play chess now because of that show.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but they'll never
I
be
had
proud
to
of you.
remember. I had to remember how to play chess. Like you learn as a kid, and then I was like playing the other day, and I'm like, where does this one go? And I had to kind of
But just seeing her mind work and seeing her play it, moves out like 15 moves in advance and sees the whole board.
That
in your
series
head.
was awesome.
I just started
couldn't
watching
believe
it.
it was
It's
as
really
good as it
awesome.
was.
Yeah,
I
it is
just started
awesome.
watching it.
Queen's Gambit.
Oh my god, it's so good. You
It
gotta
is
watch
really
it.
good.
I wish I hadn't watched it. I'd have something to binge on, right?
Yeah, I know.
It's like when you get to the end of the series and you're like, no!
Is it over? Why isn't there more? Yeah.
Oh.
I felt the same way.
That happened to me with what was that? The first series that got me hooked on Netflix. The teacher who was selling meth.
Bad Boys.
Breaking Bad.
Breaking Bad.
Breaking Bad.
God, that's bad. Tell
You
me
know, the
that's
teacher
not.
selling meth? Come on.
Tell me that's not the best
was that
series
my high
of all
school years?
time.
Wait.
I was heartbroken when it was over. I was like, what am I gonna do with my life now?
You can go to this.
Live. No. It was like I would look forward to get home just to see. Oh, it was so good.
You go to the Sony studios in Culver City. They have the Winnebago that you can take a picture.
I swear he was the best character ever. I'm like, what do you mean he died? They can't even do another one.
So what is the coolest or just weird fact that you all know? Most random cool fact.
About ourselves or
No,
about
just anything. It could be
Stewardesses is the
about.
longest word type of the left hand.
What is it?
Stewardesses is the longest word type of the left hand. But
Hey,
They have what?
Have
That's
what?
true.
Stewardesses.
Have what?
it's the longest word type of your left hand.
If you actually use proper keyboard.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How did you ever come across that fact?
I know. That was really
When
random.
I was in high school, there was an interesting fact like on each.
Typing lesson?
No, it was an interesting fact like in your planner. The school would sell you
She's too young to have
planners.
had typing in high school.
No, I did. They put the black rubber things
They
on.
had keyboarding, not probably typing.
Oh.
We had typing like on typewriters.
Oh yeah, we did.
ASDF, JKL.
I heard keyboarding too. I remember doing that.
So that's what, so when we say typing, we don't think of keyboarding. It's really
I'm
typing.
sorry.
I found out recently that Jack Daniels got his recipe from one of his slaves, and they just came out with that fact in 2016. So
One of
they
his
finally
what? Slaves?
from one of his slaves called, I forget the name of it, something green. But yeah, one of his
Yeah,
slaves
I just
had the
went, I
recipe.
did a tour about, 6 months ago up there.
Okay.
And they talked about that too, yeah. Did a tasting there too.
And also, he died from an infection in his toe. He would always kick his safe because he could never open it correctly, so he'd get mad. And he got an infection in his toe, and that's how he passed away.
That I didn't know.
And that's when he died?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Wow.
I had a friend do a drunk history thing on him, and that was the fact.
That's a good
Give us
show.
more drunk
Very good
history.
That's the best fact I got. Anybody else?
Mine's a trivia question. There was a cartoon years ago called The Jetsons.
Yeah.
Right? On the Jetsons had a dog, right? Astro.
Okay.
Astro had an owner before the Jetsons with a different name. So what was Astro's name before it was Astro? This
Elroy.
No, that's the son. So this would be a waiter waitress trivia question. We would double their tip if they knew the answer.
I was gonna say Houston, Houston Astros, but I don't think that's it.
Trowfaz.
It was
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
Trowfaz. And I actually had one waitress get it.
No
Actually, was he actually adopted it or something?
Yeah.
In the cartoon?
Yeah.
There's no way that was a
That either.
20-year-old waitress. I don't believe it was. They couldn't
No
have been 20
way.
years old.
So yeah. So that's my trivia for the day.
I have a cell, like when they used to make cartoons, they were drawn on clear plastic sheets, and you draw another one with the character slightly over the cells, and you'd actually like flip them to make the cartoon.
Oh, my daughter loves those.
I have some of those. I have one that. Some of them are reproductions. Some of them are original, signed and numbered by like Hanna and Barbera.
Wow.
I think
Very cool.
I have a Jetsons one. I think it might be an original.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I know I have a Flintstones one.
That's so awesome.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Especially original. That would be worth money one day.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I bet it's worth money
It
now.
was the only thing that's been like in my closet that I didn't donate to Goodwill when I moved here because I know they were worth stuff. But I can't-
Yeah.
I'm not hanging them right now.
So what's everybody's favorite spots in Nash? Where do I go, guys?
Von Elrod's?
Fun.
Von Elrod's? You don't like beer?
I don't like beer. I
They
like
have
life.
other stuff. They have
I
other
don't, I don't like
music,
craft
good
beer.
food.
I like beer, but I don't like craft beer. Like I haven't been able to find both, except for Sambuca. But like really good food and good live music is hard to find here.
You said Sambuca. That's
Yeah.
good, yeah.
Yeah, it's really good.
Well, live music's still going down every single day on Broadway. So if you walk downtown, you'll be able to walk into a bar and hear somebody live on stage at 2 in the afternoon.
She said
Yeah.
good food.
Huh?
She said good food.
I
Good
know,
food.
that's the problem. Yeah. I go there a lot, but
What?
not good.
Von Elrod?
Where's that?
It's right here. It's in walking distance.
Oh.
It's a big beer hall.
Down by the
Like, you're in a
stadium,
beer
right?
hall. They do have other non-beer.
Talking about the stadium?
Right by the stadium. Yeah. Huge outdoor area. Great when the weather's nice, or great when you be in the dog.
And they have live music there?
No, they don't. I didn't hear that part.
You guys make sure whenever you're done, because you're really not supposed to move the tables.
Oh, we'll put them back.
We'll put
Yeah,
back,
sure will.
yeah,
Thank you so much. Barbecue, Martin's Barbecue, that's
Martin's Barbecue's
a
good.
big place to go.
It's
Oh,
a
yeah.
chain, but it's still good.
One else?
I tried to go like
Good?
5
One
times
else?
and they closed.
I don't know what
You
now.
should be
It's
looking
like
for
a-
music.
It's
The
like
Row.
they have a southern
Row
food,
Kitchen in
and it's
Midtown?
kind of like
Yeah.
a.
Oh, yeah, I like that.
I went
Like
there
A&Z.
in someone's
It's
kitchen.
good.
You sit with other people and
Yeah,
they pass the
yeah, it's
food
not a big
around.
band. It's usually just one
Yeah,
person,
it's
two
small.
people singing.
It's
was
called
fun. They're all
Monell's.
different sets. There'll be
There's one by
different
the
people
airport and there's one actually
their food
not
was
far from
pretty
here, I
good.
guess.
What do they
Yeah,
call
we
that?
went there.
Where they just kind of put everything at the table?
Yeah,
and-
you sit together with maybe random people, but then they kind of pass the food all
It's like
around.
family style.
Yeah, family style.
Back
Yeah,
and
really
forth.
traditional. I've
You
been
and
there
someone else
twice
comes.
for
Your daughter,
brunch.
she comes with you.
You got to bring
Well,
like
my
the
son
football team with
sometimes,
you though.
but he's
Yeah,
in
it's
college.
a lot of food.
It's a lot of food. I almost was like, I'm gonna pass out because I ate so
Music and
much.
food,
It's
the
only
city
$17.
winery.
Like,
yeah?
I mean, it's
Not
fried
bad.
chicken. You had steak,
their own
they
wine,
had
but they
biscuit.
have
I mean, it was
live
just everything.
music.
I was
It's
just.
like one
And I think they're
sushi
doing it
roll
all
anywhere, so
outside
you
of
might as well get a
I don't know
buffet
what
out
they're
of
doing
it.
right now.
Yeah.
They're doing weather, but
That's true.
Yeah.
Sushi's good here, but
Is
it's
it only
expensive
one?
here.
Yeah.
No,
I mean,
no,
sushi
I'm sure they have-
should
they
be
have-
expensive.
Have you traveled out of the
Yeah,
country?
they like.
Oh yeah,
I think
yeah.
they
I'm
ship
from
it
in
to
India originally. I've been there
California,
many
and then they
times.
make
So
their own
Okay.
wine
I
there.
also lived in Japan for a little bit. I had to
But I
work
think
there.
that's
So.
Had to or wanted?
But then they have like.
Had to or wanted to?
Wanted to.
Yeah.
Yeah, wanted to. Yeah.
So
And I've been to Bangladesh and I've been to
I might check that out today.
Pakistan, some parts of the Middle East, Dubai. I've been to Dubai.
have your parents been back?
I was
with
thinking
beer
of
at
all
all?
these places I
No,
wanted to go. and-
no. They wouldn't go back to India. India is probably number 2 in terms of the number of infections.
That's always
and
the
number
way.
of
You don't
deaths.
go. I don't
After
go anywhere
US.
unless I'm
I think
either
Brazil was up there.
taking
India,
out of
Brazil,
town
US.
visitors, or
Okay.
once you leave
The
somewhere.
5
then you
top
come back
countries I think
to
are
New Jersey.
US,
Anything
Brazil.
but New Zealand?
Not all these places are necessarily
Sure, I mean,
touristy, are
Islander.
they? You're
New Zealand, they're just like, they're corona free, so they're like having
have a
concerts.
cocktail.
Yeah. South Korea is kind of like that too.
Yeah.
They had a lot of infections, but they're completely corona free right now.
That's what I
South
want to
Korea.
do. The things that
Japan is doing that. They're doing
wineries.
that.
I almost went
It's
there
just
once
weird to
and then
think about
I didn't
places that are
But
just
Australia
corona free.
Australia is not corona free, but they're doing
Yeah, I mean,
pretty
it's a
good.
little bit of
Where
a
they
They've
don't
got a
have to
lot
wear
of,
masks.
and they've got a lot of heat.
and
to
it'll
it
probably
going
get
on.
cuts if we get busy again.
There aren't a lot of people there also. For the land mass, they only have like 10 million or 12 million for that land mass. They're almost the same size as the U.S.
Because most of them just live on that little edge.
Yeah, like West Coast and the East Coast, yeah. Whereas we have over 350 million people, so yeah.
So, yeah, the only places I've been out of the country are Bahamas, Philippines. I don't really
Have
care.
any of you guys seen
That
the
counts. That's not part of the U.S. It's not a territory. It's a separate country.
Yeah, and it was still a culture difference.
I'm thinking
I
about
went to
taking
Jerusalem
my
when I was
daughter
8,
to
which
see
is
it.
great.
Awesome.
But what would be the biggest difference if I packed my bag and just went to India right now? What would you say? Here's some things to
Pack
Just depends on who the
Sure,
lineup
let's start with that.
It's a different lineup every day.
Yeah, I mean, it could be a different lineup.
First thing is water.
Early show in the
The
late.
water, the regular
They've got
tap
the
water.
Ryman.
Even I get sick
Yeah, they've
when I
got
drink the
that
tap water.
axe
So
that's
bring
40
something
years
that
old
will
or-
either filter out the water so you can drink it, or bring some water. What are these tablets called? There's some tablets where you get a glass of water, you put a tablet in there, it cleans the water so you can drink it. There's a lot of parasites in the water, so regular drinking water, it's going to be difficult if you've never had water.
Where do they mostly get their drinking water? I'm sure they're used to it.
Oh, they're used to it. They just get it from the tap. But I mean, they're used to it. When you're drinking it from when you're a baby or when you're mom's womb, you know what I mean? Like,
So your parents are probably used to it.
they're not anymore.
Okay, all right.
They also need to. We've been in this. I mean, they've been in the States 40 years now. So even when they go there, I still pack those tablets and give them the water filtration thing. My dad's like, I don't need it. I said, take it, Dad. Just put it in your bag. It's a little thing.
Is bottled water a huge thing for them?
Yeah.
And the nice thing about the
that
Opry is
there's another
they're
thing
very
to survive. A
liberal
lot of
as far
bottled
as
water.
pictures. They'll actually
If you run out of your
let you know
tablets.
what
You can wash with it. You can, that's not an issue. And some of the bigger hotels, the Marriotts, the Hiltons, they have regular good water. You can obviously stay there and drink the tap water there. But if you're doing a lot of backpacking and traveling,
which is a really
It's gonna have to.
yeah, the regular drinking water is going to make people sick. Yeah.
Okay.
It does it to me every time. It does it to my sister. It does it to my cousins.
country concert, and
Is it
was
more
him and
up
three
or
other
down?
Probably down. That's a good way to put it. I'm sorry to be very blunt, but you don't want to
That
go
was
there
the
and be
least
sick.
blunt I could have been too. Like up or
You
down.
really don't want to go there and end up in the hospital for the next 2 weeks, which has happened to a lot of people from Europe, from Australia, because you just didn't.
I assume the food doesn't, as long as it's cooked out. Cooked out,
I
you
didn't
shouldn't
even
have
know who he
parasites.
was.
You can. I would stay away from the street food.
Okay.
I would eat in legit hotels, restaurants.
Yeah.
Stay away from the street food.
So go to the Hattie B's in India.
Yeah, they do it every Monday night.
Maybe even higher end than that.
Okay, all right, I can do that.
Like a legit, nice, looks like a good restaurant, looks like their kitchen is clean, stuff like that.
They have the rating on the wall. They got a 99.
I don't know about that. But yeah, it's. Food would be, it might be an issue, but you kind of have to see what it is.
If I don't speak the language, what would be the best way for me to?
There's no issue. Everyone speaks English there, especially in all the tourist areas. Everyone knows.
Yeah.
If you're asking for simple directions or things like that, most people who are at a train station or a bus depot or a ticket counter thing, they're gonna know. There's so many tourists who go there, so they
It's a lot of their economy too.
Yeah, so they have to know some English. Yeah. You can't get a job in tourism or hospitality if you don't know some English.
That
That's kind of
definitely
a,
makes sense.
that's kind of a requirement for a lot.
Kind of I mean, it really
Actually,
is a
English is
universal
one of the official
language.
languages actually there.
Huh,
Not
okay.
many people speak it, but a lot of educated people do speak it. Yeah.
Isn't it in Canada that French is the official language?
Is it really?
I don't know if it's the official.
I thought it's only in Montreal area, Quebec.
Okay.
I thought so. I'm thinking those.
I know exactly what you're
Pardon?
I was over there too.
I know.
Toronto's really cool. I've been there. I have family up there, so we have to go up there.
Now, do you like Indian food? Have you done any good spots? I'm just learning.
Indian food? In Franklin. In Franklin, there's one or two restaurants that are really
I'm a big
good.
fan, but I don't have any friends here that like it.
Oh my God, let's go. Yeah.
So I have one here, and I eat pretty much Mexican and Indian.
There's a lot of good restaurants in Franklin. I would recommend maybe we could do something like that. Outdoor patio maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, and I'm trying to. Regarding this place, this is just where I came every Sunday, so it was just let's have it here.
I mean, this is
not
awesome.
opposed to doing it. Yeah, and it's kind of centrally located for anybody.
Of course, yeah. Do you do other meetup events besides the Sundays?
Kayaking and hiking groups usually do.
I have, but again, I'm starting to
I want to try hiking.
There's kayaking meetup groups.
I want to try hiking here.
I'm in outdoor women's naturally.
So is he.
Okay.
I'm in that one, but
So I'm starting to
do too much. They'll be like, oh, let's drive 2.5 hours away. I'm like, I want to do things around that.
I'm going to start clinics all over the country.
Especially when half your day's driving.
And I would plan it, but I don't know enough about the geography.
Yeah. So we'll see how quickly this
Around here, there's only so many places to hike. I'm sure you can attest to that.
Yeah, you have to drive a little ways. I know when everything shut down, a group of us, we decided we were going to hike Tennessee waterfalls.
Not for what we do.
Tennessee has over 500 waterfalls, but you have to drive about an hour or so to get to the good ones. And we probably hit 20.
Yeah, I mean, that's
Bucket list.
yeah, they wanted even more now to that one.
Top 20 waterfalls. Well, the top one is
But I know what you mean. That I used
about
to
an hour and a half
many,
from
many
here.
years ago.
Cummins?
Just went right out of my head what it is. But I mean, there's all these little walking trails. You can go an hour, and there's some really nice waterfalls.
You'd be surprised because
Yeah, so that's
I'm
how we
looking
got
at you. We
that.
need to plan out your trip.
I'm dying.
Yeah, just Google the Tennessee Waterfall Trail and it'll come up.
Someone do my
I
hair.
have a great person in that.
If you haven't been to Cummins, it's not that far away.
Been where?
Cummins Falls, right outside of Cookville.
Yes, we went to that one. Right next to that is Lost Creek Cave, where you actually can hike through a cave to get to a waterfall in the cave.
Yes, and I hear, well, I can't.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
That's nice.
That advertisement I saw about Tennessee when I was a kid.
I really think all you do is buy
It was an advertisement for Chattanooga, and I was in Chattanooga for like 7 years. And I kept applying for jobs, and I just never ended up there. So I was just like, oh, I got a job offer in here, so I went there. But then I lived in Pensacola, which was about the same size as Chattanooga.
What I do is
I was like, wow, I don't know if I could ever live in a small city.
Oh, to get the other colors.
So,
Is Nashville bigger than Pensacola?
Pensacola was small. Pensacola was probably the same size as Chattanooga, and I realized I wanted something bigger so I don't get bored because I want to stay somewhere forever and I'm tired of being so I'm excited to be here.
It sounds like you've moved a lot.
I'm done moving. I'm done.
Famous last words, right?
Yeah. Until you get that one job offer. You're like, all right.
If it was like Idaho or Montana, I mean, it might take way more. It's not far from me already.
Yeah.
Where's home?
South Mississippi. Natchez.
Okay, yeah.
I have family that lives in Huntsville and South Mississippi. I like to see new things. But I was pretty amazed we're only an 8-hour drive from Chicago.
Wow, what an education.
Are we?
I've been
Shouldn't be that far.
Don't be like
Where's that?
Chicago.
Chicago, yeah. I see it.
Really? Wow.
Not too bad.
I was told it was clean New York.
So my
I've never
girlfriend
been to the city. I was told it's clean New York.
That's Twitter.
It is actually. It is. It is clean New York, but it's like New York from the '80s. It's like lots of crime, lots of shootings every single day in Chicago. Like that reminded me of my childhood in New York, where it was like pre-Giuliani. It was like drugs and crime and shootings, and Chicago's like that now, unfortunately. So when I went there, I was like, it reminds me of my childhood. I don't like this.
Yeah.
Great restaurants, but
Stick to the touristy spots, though. I mean, it's not.
I remember I got lost in the city. One of my best friends from Chicago, and it's like, is this a tourist thing? Like, why does the city smell like chocolate? She's like, I know what bridge you're on. You know, they have the chocolate. They have the chocolate factory, and if you're down in it, I knew exactly where I was standing.
I remember one time, this is like such a crazy story. I was staying with a friend of mine in Chicago, but she had to work that day. She's like, just, you've got the house keys, just, come whenever, I'll meet you after work. So I took an Uber to get to some restaurant or something that was like supposed to be a really cool place. And so the taxi driver dropped me off. He's like, "Miss, are you here to see somebody?" I said, "No, I'm just gonna go to eat at this place and walk around." He's like, "Yeah, don't stay here past, just eat in the restaurant and then get in a cab and just leave because it's not a good area." Because he was telling me, I know this place is not good. If you're going to that restaurant, just go in, eat, and then get an Uber and get out of here. I'm like, really? He's like, yeah.
I'll come back in an hour. I'll circle back.
Yeah, he's like, yeah. I mean,
I'll swing the door open. Just jump in.
Yeah. He's like, yeah, just hop in the restaurant, and then when you're done, just hop back into the Uber and get out of here. He was like telling me it's not a good area. So
I hope you tipped him extra.
I did actually. Yeah, thanks a lot. Because he told me, I was like looking at this map. He's like, you're not from around here, are you? So
I thought that the subways, like I missed my stop, and I thought that it would like circle around, and I learned that that's not how it works. So
it will circle around in about an hour and a half.
Yeah, it'll come back in the same line in another hour.
Like late at night, because I worked for a food bank, and we had a big feeding miracle conference. That's where they have their big stuff up there, but they had like a special thing for us to go to Second City, and so I signed up and I got so excited. So I went to go on the bus, and they're like, "Oh, you can't ride with us because you're not on this list." Because they told me to go to Second City. Like apparently, I supposed to click a link in an email and not go to secondcity.com and purchase a ticket. So all the people that I was supposed to be with were in the room next to me, and I was just sitting there in the front row with a bunch of strangers, which was great. But I had to like that day I had to like so I was like, oh, okay, well now I gotta find a way there. So I had to like go jump on some subways and took an Uber, and because one of my friends told me to go try this pizza place, and it was in not a good area. And then it started raining, so I was like sprinting through the streets. And then I missed. Then on the way home from Second City,
Such fun.
but
I heard here you just wait 5 minutes and it stops, right?
yeah, but it was an experience. I remember at one point, so this was the same night that I missed my stop and just thought that it would reverse. I mean, that it would turn around. So I had to get off and get on another colored train to get home. And when I got home, it was like 11. It was like 11 p.m. And I remember like I saw a homeless guy, and I didn't think that I was scared. So I just started looking like I was trying to be healthy and jog, like in the middle of the night. Like I'm just jogging through the street, and I had already had so many, like a few drinks, so I was really out of breath. And, I got back to my hotel at like.
But even the homeless man was like, "Good for her, jogging at 2 a.m."
Yeah, let's wake up that alcohol.
Definitely got some street credit.
It wasn't the vodka Red Bulls. So what is the most famous person you all have met? Whether you had a conference thing, just
Met like or just took a picture, because I've done that in New York.
Yeah.
Shall I go first?
Go for it.
Madonna. I've seen her coming out of her cab or limousine to go to the hotel or wherever she lives. JFK Jr.
Okay.
That's cool. Which people were like pointing at, and he just looks like a regular guy walking on the street in sweatpants and stuff. So I passed him, I didn't even notice. And someone's like, "Oh my God, that's JFK Jr. John." And then I turned around, then he turned around and smiled, and I waved to him. Oh my God, he was so handsome.
I think his office was in our building in New York.
Pardon?
I think his office was in our building in New York.
The Time Warner building.
Not at the time, maybe. I might be thinking.
Remember when he had that George magazine? It was in that Time Warner building.
Okay, maybe I'm thinking.
Yeah.
It just makes it somebody was like, "That's JFK Jr." Like they just knew who he was, like posters on the wall.
Well, there's always paparazzi following him, so when you've got people following you, then you kind of wonder, who is this person?
Yeah.
But he looked like a bum. He was just walking around in sweatpants and.
See, I'm telling you, living in California for 10 years, I must have ran into so many, but I wouldn't even recognize them because I'm like oblivious. I would, just pick them out of, because they're always coming dressed, like you say, dressed down, wearing hats.
Well, I would think in LA, people are like really posh. They always look like they're going.
No, not like New York. No, they're definitely not like New York.
Well, New York is not like that. Most people, unless they're going to an award show or like a big celebrity thing, they walk around like in jeans and sneakers and dirty whatever shoes. They don't,
yeah,
like a lot of people, they try to
more like
blend in.
flip-flops and shorts and t-shirts.
I almost got knocked over by Rick Moranis. He was running to the subway, 72nd Broadway.
Is that a joke about what happened recently?
What?
He got punched in the face randomly.
Oh yeah, I think I heard it. No, this was.
Did he really?
Yeah, like somebody just like came and just knocked him out. I don't know why.
In New York?
I think just because he was white. It was during that time. And,
I have a few people I'd like to do that to.
and why did you do it to Rick though?
Yeah.
Did he deserve it? Was Honey I Shrunk the Kids just not a good movie?
Yeah. Was he Ghostbusters? Was it?
Mm-hmm.
He was Ghostbuster, and then he stopped.
Yep.
He had done a movie in 20 years. He did a commercial. A bad commercial the other.
They're trying to bring back the Ghostbusters 3. Everybody signed off on it except for Bill Murray. I think they were trying to get Rick, but they weren't too concerned about it. But that may still be in the works.
I read that, yeah.
I don't know if 2020 helped or hurt that.
Yeah.
But it'd be nice to see them get back together.
Beat the hell out of that remake. See the one with the girls?
I watched parts of it. It was okay. It just, when you're used to Bill Murray, it's just tough.
That's like, it's like you're trying to copy an original and it just doesn't quite cut it.
Yeah.
So, was it Steve Martin did Inspector Clouseau remake, and that was just the worst thing. Nothing's going to beat yourselves.
They had a great cast for the remake.
Yeah. So.
Anybody else?
I saw Cinderella at Disney World. Does that count?
Cinderella.
Yes.
That's about Cinderella. The most famous I've encountered.
It's in a movie. So.
Yeah. It was a special moment for me.
And that's it, just Cinderella? You didn't meet anybody else?
What about Mickey?
Mickey?
Goofy or Pluto?
They were not important to me.
She's just flipping off Goofy, just going down.
I mean, growing up here, I've seen every
hurt.
country music person. It doesn't even faze me anymore. I mean, that and I travel a lot, and so when I fly, I sat next to Carrie Underwood one time.
How was her personality? I mean, is she like,
She looks really shy.
down to earth?
Yeah, she was really nice. And
She's a country girl. And where she grew up, there's nothing there.
Tennessee? Or
no, she grew up in the Carolinas, I think. Yeah.
Like way.
She wasn't
sticks
right
of the
now,
Carolinas.
so.
At a farm.
But
It's amazing to realize how many celebrities actually just live here. They're not even in country music.
well, it's becoming more popular because there's no paparazzi here.
That's what I
who's,
heard.
Who's the Pirates of the Caribbean guy? Johnny Depp. He has a house in Franklin now.
I think Justin Timberlake has a house here.
He was born in Memphis, so it's not a huge stretch.
Yeah.
Okay.
But,
yeah. Used to be an NSYNC fan. I'm not really going to go into it, but
I was too.
I'm a boy band guy.
I was too.
very first concert ever was NSYNC, so
That's a good
Backstreet Boys.
really
Question.
good one, yeah.
Backstreet Boys.
What?
First concert.
First concert? Yeah. What were your all's first
Boston.
concerts?
God, I can't even remember.
Calm down
Back
now.
that far. Prince.
You stoned
Probably
now?
Genesis.
Who?
Prince. And I remember, and I don't even remember him.
Prince?
I remember
That sounds
Shirley.
familiar.
Well, Phil Collins used to be in Genesis. He
That's
was the
why.
drummer.
Yep, that's why. What about you?
I guess in New York, Alicia Keys.
Okay.
I wanted to go to a Beyonce concert, but they were like super overpriced, and I was just like, I can't pay $600 for this. Like, it was just last minute, and I was just like, I'm not. Because my friend's like, I have a ticket. It's, you can get it for I'm like, $600. I cannot afford that. So, yeah. They perform in New York quite often, both of them. But if you're last
that's her
minute,
city, so.
if you're last minute, like the tickets are going to be $500 and up.
I saw Billy Joel at Madison Square Garden in January, back last January. And, he does. They said he's going to do one concert a month in Madison Square Garden until it stops selling out. So, and he was phenomenal.
No, I
It's
bet
a good way to go out.
Yeah.
He's really good.
Yeah,
He's
he was
really
really good.
What about you?
Fleetwood Mac with
Nice.
Men at Work open
Hey.
with my parents. And my mom didn't want to stay, so we didn't stay very long. We left. As we left, we walked out of the arena back to the hotel where we parked our car, which is like part of the, sort of right in the complex with the stadium, and we walked out with Men at Work. So they were walking back to the hotel.
Cool. It's so funny.
So now you know what they drive.
My daughter was.
Now you know what they
They
drive.
learn a lot of like our music through freaking TikTok. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like something will be on the radio, and I think Stevie Nicks was singing, and my daughter was singing that song. I'm like, where the hell do you know Stevie Nicks? Like TikTok.
Dixie Chicks.
I
All
mean,
the games have like these old songs in them.
So somebody made the comment to me once. They heard Fleetwood Mac. I heard Stevie Nicks singing whatever Dixie Chicks did, and the person was like, "I don't like this version." I'm like, "That's the song. That's not a version. That is the song." Because they probably heard the Dixie Chicks version.
That's terrible.
things like TikTok are good though because they are bringing back the older culture. Because
I guess. Man, I can't get her off that thing though.
I can't either.
I'm like, I think I've learned enough. Like after Snapchat, if it's cool, I've stopped. Like I don't know what I'm doing.
I don't
Too
think
much work keeping up with whatever the next thing
I
is.
just don't have the courage to download TikTok.
I still don't know what Snapchat is. Why do you take
I'm
a
not
picture
that
and it goes away?
generation. Just kidding.
Why are you
I
taking
agree.
30
I get
pictures
it.
of yourself making
Because they had
your face
Vine
and then
for
it goes away? I'm like, what are you doing?
10 years.
I do for the
6
filter.
years.
I like
I didn't even get on
Like they'll
Vine.
say where you're
That's
at.
about the same
I didn't get on that either. I'm on Instagram.
I am
but not
probably
really active
picture
on it.
day.
Mainly
Yeah.
Facebook and LinkedIn.
Yeah.
Maybe
I feel
Twitter.
like the camera's always better.
Even
for some
Twitter's just
reason, too. I don't
information
know.
overload, so I stopped at Twitter.
Oh yeah, they
Got
said that's the
Instagram
thing.
and that's
Like I
just
guess it makes your
yeah.
features bigger or something. It does something to your face.
Some of them distort your face or make
Because
your
I remember
face
there being
wide.
I guess someone took a picture of themselves to a plastic surgeon. Was like, I want to look like this, and it was like a picture of her, but it was the app version of her. So I know it does something to your face. I don't know.
What is this? In TikTok itself?
Snapchat. Like
Oh.
someone had gotten a picture that they liked of themselves from a filter, or just, and so she went to the plastic surgeon and was like, "Can you make
I
me
remember
look
what life
this?"
was like
And the guy
before
was
technology.
like, "What do you mean?"
Before phones.
I watch documentaries.
Back when you had to actually get directions where you were going. You had to make arrangements like a day in advance where
If
you're
you
going to
wanted-
meet someone.
And if you wanted to make a phone call, you had to have a dime on you.
And if you were going to be late to meet someone or you got lost, you could find a payphone and call their voicemail. Like, otherwise, you would just be like, forget it. And then like 2 days later, they'd be, what happened to you?
I got lost.
I used to take MapQuest and like print it out and like cut it in little squares on my driver's license. Like I would just highlight and so I wouldn't miss a step. If you miss a step, then you're lost.
See, but I bet like you probably don't even know what a beeper is, do you?
Yeah, no, my parents had one.
Like I had a real hard time
A what?
when
Oh, like a pager?
You
I had a
little beepers.
I had a pager,
remember?
then a BlackBerry then a BlackBerry only pager, then a BlackBerry phone.
No, I'm talking about before.
Yeah, this was a
cell
pager. Yeah.
The beepers, yeah.
I had a hard time giving up beepers. I was like, what do you mean? Like to me, that was like the best technology ever. And now that I think about it, we would have to stop like at a public phone to call people back. The public phones never worked. It was like the most frustrating thing on earth, and I didn't want to let it go.
So, speaking of the beepers and phone thing, if I were to ask you to mimic how you would pick up the phone with your hand, how would you do it? Okay, someone would go like this, but like kids today go like this, so that's the difference, because you're just picking up a cell phone.
Have you seen the video of
Well, that's picking up, but if I'm talking about talking on a phone, I would do talking on a phone like this. But you said picking up a phone.
Yeah, you're right.
So yeah, I would do this, talking on a phone.
Have you seen the video of the teenagers trying to figure out a rotary phone?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
I didn't see that.
They're trying to push the numbers and they can't figure it out.
That's so funny. I never
Yeah.
saw that.
Put your finger in
It's like
and
an
go
alien
around. That's all.
Yeah, they could not figure that part out.
But it's also, and I may have brought this up to you last week, when you say hang up the phone, that had to do with when it was hanging on the wall, so you hang it up.
Or
Now
you
it's just
hang it up,
click.
put it on the table.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now it's just a click. Why do we say hang it up anymore?
I know.
So,
Things that make you go,
Yeah. Of course, on the plus side, phone cord strangulations are down significantly. We don't have
it's
that.
bad for business, though. If you're in the corded industry.
That's right.
I mean, the best thing was to have a phone cord.
Yeah.
That little thing you put on the end of the phone, so
A little
it swivels.
clip. Yeah.
The best thing was having a phone cord that was long enough that you could go into three other rooms in case other family members, because they couldn't hear you.
Yep.
They just pick up the phone and listen.
No, they wouldn't, because you'd only have one phone in that area, and you'd be on it, so they couldn't pick it up.
Oh yeah, like a 50-foot cord on the phone.
Yeah.
I know you'd call
You're in the-
somebody and the phone would be like busy. Doesn't happen anymore.
Like, how can they not have call waiting by now? 10 years after everybody's call waiting, someone does it. Grandmother still doesn't have it.
Yeah.
I'm not paying $2.
My favorite's like when it's like, don't leave me a voicemail, just send me a text, like on your voicemail.
Yeah.
I get that a lot because I'm home.
Yeah, voicemail should be like, don't even bother with it.
People like leave me voicemails and I'm like, oh, like my mom will leave one and I'll hear it in 3 weeks later.
All you need to do is fill your voicemail up with messages for you, and then no one can listen. And it's always full. So they have to text.
That's really aggravating when I try to leave a message and it's like, this thing is full.
Yeah.
And lots of friends that leave them full.
So many telemarketers call within 2 days. It's full to 20. So
I know, the
that's
car
where it's
warranty thing, that they never stop. You block them. I block them every time. But it's like they call from 50 million different numbers.
It depends on like what your business life is. Like, I'm able to just put the thing that says if they ain't in my phone book, block them.
Oh.
I mean, it depends on what kind of work business you get phone calls from people you don't know regularly. You can't do that, but otherwise, there's a feature that they're not in your phone book. Send them right to voicemail. That won't be blocked. They'll go right to voicemail. Then you can read the voicemail.
Your questions are really awesome.
Well, thank you.
I like your questions.
It's titled Random Ass Questions. So.
I'd like to do like writing.
It's called I have way too much time on my hands.
Like, or like,
Especially like going in dreams, like that kind of sequence, you know?
yeah, it's like that would be kind of cool.
Yeah.
Just have people seeing little flat. I don't know. I think it's kind of fun. Freddy Krueger.
Freddy Krueger going into like dream sequences and like murdering as a musical. Be nice.
Oh,
What?
Nightmare on Elm Street. That's a musical.
Yeah, the musical makes it happier. So
I can't wait till Broadway comes back. I mean, I wonder if, I don't think it's going to maybe come back in New York. Maybe it'll come back somewhere
Probably
else.
not.
Broadway the musical, not Broadway the
No, Broadway.
Yeah.
bachelorette party.
Downtown Nashville, the musical.
Yeah. No.
That's about all it
I
is.
just heard Broadway coming back.
Yeah.
Maybe not New York this year. Maybe next year.
Maybe they'll go on tour.
I think
I
third
think you-
quarter of this year, when enough people get the vaccine.
I think you'll be able to show your vaccine pass and they'll let you in.
Hopefully.
I think things are going to open sooner than people think because it'll still be bad, but it won't be as bad as it is right now.
I don't know. Vaccine
It'll be on a
passes.
downward
I like your
trajectory.
positivity.
Have you gotten your vaccine yet?
Once it's on a downward trajectory, no one's going to not.
Some point, so many people have already received getting COVID and then also received the vaccine. So
The vaccine will quickly
I mean, I had COVID back in
outpace the number of people who have it, but on top of you, if you add them together,
But you already
it's a decent number.
But the antibodies don't.
The antibodies don't last. They don't know yet how long they last.
It's gonna be like getting an antivirus.
Probably. The last thing I saw on the natural immunity was basically a study that was done just a few months ago. So it was basically the longest. I mean, they basically said it was indefinite. They wouldn't say the word indefinite, but it was 8 months, and that's how long the study was. They only went back 8 months because that was all they had. People evaluate.
he also volunteers at the
That doesn't
COVID.
make sense. How do they
I
know
heard
that
the antibodies are only lasting around 6 months
that
right
the
now.
antibodies don't last?
The study I just saw basically said
that if you already had
90% of the people
COVID,
we
the
checked
antibodies weren't.
had it.
No, but there's
And they had as many people as they could from the
I
beginning.
had COVID.
So at that point,
late
kind of like
Okay.
pretty much everybody.
They're going to be doing enough research that we're going to get more and more
Antibodies are
information
only last
coming
a certain
out.
amount of
But
time. So what they'll do is
I think
they
the
would bring me
sooner
back or somebody
people
like me
get the
back in
vaccine,
May.
which is really scary, is
Have you
so far
tested
the
again?
government
No,
has not made it
I get
mandatory
tested for work.
as one of the
But I'm
vaccines
saying,
for
let's
public
say you
school
test
systems.
now.
Whereas
still have the
you
antibodies,
have to
right?
have, to go to kids to go to school, they have to have certain
Let's say you still have
vaccinations in order to go, right?
how do
and
they
the
know?
COVID test is not one
Because
of
they
them.
test people.
And it probably won't be until it's officially approved and nothing is officially approved.
Yeah, I mean,
They've proven that
So that's really scary for
antibodies
somebody
last
who's got it in
so
pack and bring it home. And so that's
She's
gonna,
got-
that's going to continue to happen over and over.
She's got a kid at home doing the virtual stuff, so it's like, how long will it take for your child to make it mandatory to get the COVID vaccination so you can get that kid
yeah,
out of
they're
your
not going
house?
to do that. I'm not going to do that. So
Yeah.
they can kiss my ass. They're
Yeah.
not going to tell me what I have to do to my child.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm not.
so has your child ever gone to public school? Well, so in public schools today, there are certain vaccinations that are required to go to public school.
No.
Yeah, you do. You have to show your
It
immunization
varies
record.
by
You
location. Opt out.
can opt out. There are some vaccines
I didn't know that.
I
that
think
might
you could.
Well, in New York City, you can't.
And in
I
many
mean,
states, you
hepatitis A,
can.
hepatitis B, all of that.
Right.
Measles, mumps, all of
Right.
that. Rubella, all of
Yeah.
those things. We had to get all of those.
Otherwise, you could be homeschooled.
Yeah.
That's fine.
They wouldn't let
But
me.
you couldn't
They
go
wouldn't let
into
me
the public
enroll in public schools
Oh, but that's
because.
New York City.
So there's an option here. You can opt out.
In North Carolina and Florida and most states. I didn't know they could force you to do anything. You know.
They're not forcing you, they're just telling you.
I guess each stage is
Yeah.
different.
Yeah, it's definitely a local.
Pardon?
It's definitely local.
Wow, that's interesting.
Might be
Every
state-
state I've
might be
ever lived in,
statewide.
you've had to have it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that age group is a low risk group anyway. So I mean, for mortality. So
I think once the teachers are all vaccinated, it's not going to be that big a deal.
We hope, right? We hope.
So what's something this past week that's super small but made your week a little bit better? Whether it's one meal or one thing of good news, something super small. You laugh, so
No, I can't. I can't tell that. I can't tell that story.
What's her name?
Yeah, what is it?
No, I mean, I work from home, so there's really nothing. I mean, my weekly outlet is I play volleyball 3 nights a week, and so that's my sanctuary. So get out and get some exercise.
I agree. I play basketball every Saturday, and it's just nice to get out.
Yeah. So
see people.
Yeah.
Anybody else? Any good news? Watch any good movies?
I like listening to podcasts. It's called the Life Coach Podcast. It sounds like it, but I like to go get it. I listen to some of that stuff anyways. But
Positivity.
Yeah. And there's this one speaker that I was talking about trying to learn how to connect with people. So whenever you walk up to someone, instead of saying, "How are you doing?" which you're so used to saying that just goes one way around the other. Like sometimes if I ask people that, I have to ask them again because I forgot what they said. But it said, like there's this one guy that said whenever he goes in, because he teaches you how to make intimate connections with people, like in business, not like intimacy. But it's he says that whenever he meets someone new, will ask, what made your heart smile today? And so it was an interesting standout thing that really, so the rest of the day when I saw people, I would ask them, it really made a difference. Like they would be caught off guard and they would just kind of give me like a smile, but like, oh, let me think about it. And so it was a fun perspective. It was really interesting.
I'm sorry, what's it called? Life
Coach Podcast. And they have just a variety of different.
It sounds cool.
Yeah.
I might have to try it out.
What made your heart smile today?
Listen to that.
you appear like a very outgoing person. Why do you think you have trouble connecting?
Yeah, you're very
Oh
outgoing.
no, I don't. I listened. That was one of the topics I just played through.
Okay.
I was trying to learn, be an entrepreneur, those kind of things.
Okay.
Go out and make a million. Like, why do you set an age? Like one of the ones I listened to was like, why do you set an age group saying, hey, I want to make $1 million in 10 years? Why are you saying that you're gonna make it in 10 years? What stopped you today? And so, I mean, there's a lot of different topics that they go into, but it's kind of more like career development and those things that I listen to.
When
I'm in HR, so I was like, hey.
That's when you tell them if it takes you 10 years to make $1 million, you're not doing it. $1 million 10 years from now ain't gonna be squat.
Yeah,
Very true.
Yeah.
get on it today.
Yeah.
Teach you to look deep inside yourself and be like, I'm gonna do it today.
At least start today.
Yeah.
Be careful what you ask.
I tried dog grooming. It didn't work. That was my last idea.
But you tried it, and that's the thing.
Yeah, you
Yeah, you could say you
Why do you think it failed?
Because my dog's haircut's really bad. And I was practicing.
Well, you have 2 to choose from, so you can kind of go back.
They're both. So that's part of the reason I got the second one. Was mainly because my.
You need more to practice on.
You got a second dog so you can practice dog grooming.
And then she goes to the dog park and just grabs.
Find straight.
Yeah.
Back,
I just said, oh, why don't you come over with your dog? And then it just sounds weird. They just kind of whine. They're like, oh, my dog's over here. I gotta go. And then I just never see them.
She's got clippers and a jar of peanut butter. Is that it?
Yeah,
You want to do this or?
yeah. But at least you tried it, even though it failed. At least you tried it. Most entrepreneurs, they have 5 or 6 failed businesses before they actually get
I made a
successful.
business card that was like
what I
things. I used to have this friend that he was the guy was like resume, like it had like resume building, and like it had like 5 different random things on it. And then my friends were like, "You're never gonna get clients with you." It was like all over the because it was like resume building, paper.
No, she's coming to mop.
Dog grooming, dog walking.
This is all on your business card?
Yeah, all of like services.
Can't take her anywhere.
Thank you. At least it's just water. We've had lots of other things. Yeah, you know.
That's vodka.
You just spit it all.
It would have evaporated on its own.
So yeah, does anybody else have anything that's just been a little bit positive?
I had a great marketing meeting this past week.
What kind of work do you do again?
I'm in healthcare, but I am opening up a new clinic here. That's why I'm here. And so kind of brain says everything again with COVID, everything's distant, and so doing some of this work, virtual is challenging. But had a great meeting. Can't wait to see the stuff she's going to put out on Wednesday. But it's positive.
So do you open up like birds? Like what kind of
hormone therapy. Hormone therapy.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. For men and women. Yeah.
More information's coming out about that. It's just growing. I assume it's growing a lot.
Oh yeah, hormone replacement therapy. Yeah, there's all kinds. But I've been doing pellet therapy and training physicians around the country for the last 10 years.
Is that why you moved around so much for
No, I moved around for other reasons back then during the time I was married. But
Falling around Phil Collins.
Yeah. It's called stalker.
Yeah. You want to admit it. It's fun.
I do have one of his drumsticks, though. I will say that.
Did you steal it?
No, he threw it to me.
Okay.
Anyway,
take
that's
that.
another whole story.
Yeah.
That was a lifetime ago. Anyway.
Where you had to play with one stick the whole concert. Like, where is that girl?
As I think we are digressing, I'll ask the same question I asked him last week. Vampires or werewolves? You get no context. Vampires or werewolves?
Vampire.
Why?
Because I've lived forever.
Okay. Until the sun hits.
Still live.
Yeah. So I got.
As in,
Can I have a
like, if I
third?
wanted, if I want to be one, or
No context.
all right.
Make a case.
Be a werewolf.
I'm going to go
Werewolf.
werewolf so she can give it a haircut.
Yeah.
And I say, no werewolves, because I hate hair.
The shedding, right?
No, I don't like hair.
Can't go to Yorkie, but man, those werewolves.
Definitely.
That's so 90s, right?
Yeah.
I mean, now it's zombie apocalypse, right?
Yeah.
Fight or flee, whatever it is. Right?
Fight or flight, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm fighting.
You got to.
Yeah.
I think the people who are fighting will make it out of this more beneficial, whether it's more money or just growing personally. Like, you can't just stare at the same four walls. I think 2020 has been tough for everybody because you've had to stare at the same four walls.
Well, I was telling her a little while ago, everybody makes their decisions based on what news network they watch. And it's like, I don't even watch the news anymore. I want to travel, I'm going to travel.
Yeah.
Somebody will take me somewhere sometime.
Somebody will take me off that
I
plane.
have not ever stopped traveling. My travel just went down. 'Cause
Yeah.
I would travel multiple times a month, and now it's just gone down. I've never stopped traveling. And it was actually, I would tell people, it was actually safer to travel back in April and in May of last year because there was nobody in the airport. I was on some
You got that
plane-
extra leg room, didn't you?
there were flights I was on, and there were 5 people on our flight, 10 people on the flight, and they were just cleaning, and it was crazy, but yeah, it was safe.
And you get all your little Cheez-Its in a bag and a little water bottle.
That's it.
Yeah. It's part of it.
You didn't answer vampires or werewolves.
So I chose werewolf.
I
mainly
figured the
because
beard.
I am very hairy. That and I as a vampire, you can't be out during the day, and I like to do things during the day. So werewolf gives me a little more time to hang out. And you're not always a werewolf. Depends on the mood, the setting.
And
So.
they're closer to like dogs, and I really love dogs.
Dogs are great until they eat humans, like
Yeah.
a werewolf. So you gotta be careful.
Vampires are eating humans too while they're fighting them.
They're not giving a good long-term investment.
Yeah.
Sucking the blood out of them.
They're always warm too. Very warm.
Yeah, thank y'all for coming. Y'all have any questions you want to ask the group?
No, but thanks for organizing this.
Yeah, this is really
I
fun.
appreciate it.
Awesome. Be here every Sunday, so
Oh yeah,
feel free to
nice.
come, just have some coffee.
What kind of brought you to do this? Like, you just started this in January, right?
Yeah, so I was gonna start it sooner, but holidays I didn't think it was a good time. But I come here every Sunday alone usually and just work on the computer or set my goals for the week, set my fantasy lineups for football. But I'll do that, and then I was like, I might as well just do it with other people. So
That's awesome.
I know.
come see y'all.
Sounds like like, this is one of the best ideas. Like,
I know,
saw
right?
That's
So is the farmer's market actually open now?
Yeah, if you go through the walls over there,
when you leave.
doors.
When I
Actually
walked,
need to do shopping.
I walked through there and they said that they weren't going to really be open until after 10 today because yesterday was so busy and everybody was going to be strolling in late today.
Oh wow!
So they told me on the way in.
I guess yesterday was a busy day.
Yeah, so
Right.
they did. Yeah.
They've been open for a long time, and they
You're not
did
sure.
like a drive-through thing.